everybody. I hope you're all doing really well. So, I just wanted to pop on over here and talk about something that has really been on my mind kind of for most of this day so far. So, last night I was watching a documentary about Alzheimer's disease. And I'm sure you're very familiar with Alzheimer's disease, but if you're not, Alzheimer's is a degenerative brain disease, which essentially, in non-scientific terms, eats away at your neurons and it causes you to lose memory and to lose your motor functions and social functions, so you're not able to talk or eat or be independent. So it's a very aggressive disease, and it essentially like on a higher level, it essentially kind of strips you of who you are, and you're left with, your empty shell of your body, because it basically eats at who you are as a person and all your social it's very hard to explain, all your social aspects of your life. You're not able to remember people, or you can't even just be independent. So it's a very horrible disease. Anyways, so I was watching a documentary about it last night, and it was really, really interesting, but also really sad. There was one specific woman whose mom had this rare genetic mutation that caused her to develop Alzheimer's really early in life. And I mean really early, like 60 years old. Like, that's quite a young age to develop Alzheimer's disease. And so essentially it is hereditary. So this woman, I would say she's probably in her 30s. I'm not exactly sure, but she decided to do genetic counseling. So she took a blood test and to see if she had the genetic mutation in her own blood. So she went to her genetic counselor to get the results, and it found out that, and she found out that she did have this genetic mutation, which essentially guarantees that she's going to develop Alzheimer's probably by the age of 60, maybe before then. And it was just really hard to see, like, that reaction. I don't even know. I can't even imagine what that must have felt like to essentially just like be told that you're for sure gonna get Alzheimer's. Like, that must have been really hard. But I really admire that she, obviously it's such a heartbreaking thing, but I think one thing that I really admired about her is that she didn't want to let Alzheimer's get the best of her. So now she's an activist for, raising awareness of Alzheimer's and Alzheimer's research, which I think is absolutely amazing. And I think these sort of things, in the documentary, they also talked a lot about how expensive it is to take care of people who have Alzheimer's. Like, a lot of these memory care facilities, it's like $5,000 to $6,000 a month for these, these people with memory-related issues to live in these memory care facilities, which is absolutely horrendous, and how difficult it is for people to be able to afford that, and how much of a burden, I guess, it is on their children or on their spouses who, have to support them like this. And it's hard enough as it is to, deal with, or to have someone that you love and care about so much have and see them go downhill like that. It's difficult enough to deal with that, but also having to worry about, are they getting the right care that they need? The woman that I was talking about earlier, she had to she quit her full-time job to take care of her mom, and essentially she has to do everything for her mom because her mom lost all of the abilities to, take take a shower by herself. She has to feed her because otherwise she wouldn't remember to feed herself. She has to dress her. She has to take her to the bathroom. She has to be everything for her. And it's just really heartbreaking to see that. And I know Alzheimer's and the such plays a very, important role in my life as well. I'm affected by it. My grandma, she actually had dementia, so dementia is essentially like an umbrella term that's used to describe the impairment of brain functions. So that can be like memory loss, loss of judgment, inability to use motor functions, so like picking things up, eating, those types of things, forgetfulness, all of those types of things. So my grandma had dementia, and she died, I would say probably about maybe 9 or 10 years ago. I'm not exactly sure. I know I was a kid. I have a very specific memory of her. We were eating spaghetti at the dinner table, and I have this memory of her pouring her milk into the spaghetti because she thought that's what she was supposed to do. And I remember thinking it was really funny, but looking back now, I realize that that's not like a good thing, and that was definitely a sign of her dementia. But, being a kid, I didn't really understand what that meant. And I think even when my parents told me that she had dementia, it wasn't something that I ever really understood. It was just, I just thought it was kind of like a sickness and she would get over it eventually. But, obviously it's a degenerative thing. So it's only going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And, I remember I'm not sure if she ever forgot my name. Yeah. But I'm sure if she didn't have dementia, she would still be alive today, because she was a very healthy person. She had a very healthy lifestyle. So I have no doubts if she didn't, go downhill with the brain, she would still be here today. So that's kind of hard to as well. But so Alzheimer's is something that affects me a lot. And it's very hard to see people go through it as well. So because I know how it affects, the people that you love and care about. And I don't even really know what I'm trying to say in this video. I think, also in the documentary, they were talking about how the number of cases of people with Alzheimer's / dementia are gonna skyrocket, especially since, all the baby boomers are, getting older and getting up into that age. It's gonna exponentially increase the amount of people who have Alzheimer's. And, we don't have enough money or enough resources to take care of all these people, and there's also no known cure for it, which is unfortunate. So I think essentially I just want to be able to spread awareness about Alzheimer's, and I think because we're all going to be affected by it, even if you don't think you are, you probably know someone who has Alzheimer's or whose family member has Alzheimer's, or you yourself might develop Alzheimer's. It is going to affect all of us, and I think it's really important to spread awareness and, maybe raise money to, to help find a cure, because I think that's really important, obviously. So I'm actually going to leave some links in the description if you want to learn more about it. I think it's really good to, be knowledgeable in it, and also resources on what you can do if you want to help in the cause to fight Alzheimer's disease. I might write a blog post about it as well. I'm not 100% sure yet, but yes, I will leave some links if you are interested in learning more about it and how you can help. Yeah, that's essentially what I wanted to say today. Not a happy subject, but still, it's something that is really important and I really feel strongly about, and that's essentially why I wanted to talk about it on here. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you check out the links. Feel free in the description, or feel free in the comments to maybe talk about your experiences with Alzheimer's if you know someone. I think it's all really important to, to share with each other because, connections and all that. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye!